In every discovery, there is trial and there is error. There is experimentation and there is failure. And sometimes we're just plain wrong. Even the best discoveries come from an idea that's really spaced out.
Sometimes even a nation's pride can delude people into believing their accomplishments are a giant leap for mankind, when they're really just a small step.
You referring to the Great Wall of China? Who's the smart one?
It really is great. The Great Wall winds up and down across deserts, grasslands, mountains, and plateaus, stretching across parts of China from east to west. With a history of more than 2,000 years, it's one of the great wonders of the ancient world.
But here's the question on everybody's lips. Can you see it from outer space?
Yo, you two, let's go back, way far back to 5th century BC. Most civilizations were still making flint tools, but here, China began building colossal walls to protect its people. Now, scoot forward to 200 BC, just a few hundred years after we started the construction of the Great Wall. Controversial first emperor Qin Shi Huang started to join the disparate parts of the wall together. So, from pieces of a wall
to one long, long, long wall. That's a Great Wall.
The Great Wall is 15 to 30 feet high and stretches approximately 6,700 kilometers.
Or for those still using the imperial system, 4,163 miles. That's 73,269 football fields.
Or 43,961,280 ice cream cones set end to end.
That's a big wall. But space? The human eye, even with optics, sees contrast the best. And the wall is the same color as the ground around it. Who started this random supposition anyway?
Good question. In the West, in 1932, Ripley's Believe It or Not illustration claimed that the wall is the mightiest work of man, the only one that would be visible to the human eye from the moon. That's decades before it could be proven, but it stuck.
So it was all a big rumor?
My 5th grade teacher told us, matter of fact, the Great Wall is the only man-made object we can see from space. This Holly would know. She was wicked smart.
In 2004, China's first astronaut, Yang Liwei, who flew in space for 22 hours, came back a hero to his people. But one thing really disappointed everyone. In the 14 times he circled the Earth, Yang said he did not see the Great Wall from space.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the International Space Station. I'm Expedition 10 Commander Leroy Chow, and this is Flight Engineer Falizhan Sharifa.
Luckily, in 2005, Leroy Chow, a Chinese-American astronaut, actually photographed the Great Wall. Though at first he wasn't sure if he had done it. It's very hard to see because it's so thin and the same color as the ground around it.
Okay, so you can see the Great Wall if you're lucky. But is the Great Wall of China the only man-made thing that can be seen from space?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Dr. Ed Liu, an astronaut from Maryland, reports you can see many man-made sights from orbit, though some, like the wall, are hard to make out unless you know exactly where you're looking, and you have binoculars or strong camera lenses.
You can see the Great Pyramids of Giza. The largest is 227 meters. That's 745 feet wide at its base. So it's a bigger target than the wall. You can see highways across North America if you know where to look. You can see cities and their light patterns at night. Turn off some of them lights, people. What are you trying to do? Light up outer space? Save the planet.
With binoculars, you can see a great deal more. Harbors, even large ships, trails left by airplanes. Now that's seeing. Hey, is that my 5th grade teacher? Mrs. H! Hey! She can't hear me. You look good.
Aw, who knew you had a sweet side? But as for the Great Wall, you can see it, but only parts of it. Some parts are buried under the earth. Young Li Wei couldn't see it, but he was only in space a short time. Leroy Chow proved finally that long stretches of the wall can be seen if you know where to look. If cloud coverage is nil, and if weather permits, you might see it.
So imagine if you're way up in space, 160 to 250 miles up. That's a thin, long line to try and see.
But awesome to add to our list.
'Cause that's what we call spaced out.